Well, welcome to Henley for round 11 of the Tetley Super League. Tonight's visitors, the Huddersfield Giants. Turn up at Headingley. There's one or two changes in the Rhinos side from last week's defeat against the Ball. Some positional, some changes in numbers. Francis Cummins remains at full-back, but on the wing comes Mark Calderwood, 16. Chev Walker moves to the centre. Keith Senior, Marcus St-Hilaire. The half-backs, Justin Harris and Rob Burrow came off the bench last week. Darren Fleary, Robbie Mears at hook-up. Brandon McDermott returns to the back. Tony Carroll switches from centre to the second row. A role he's played for both Brisbane and Queensland, so he's no stranger there. 17, Anthony Farrell. 22, Dave Wrench making his full debut tonight. And the bench, 6, Brett Mullins. 20, Jamie Matthew. 11, Andy Hay. And 13, Kevin Sinfield. So plenty of options there for the Rhinos. And Tony Carroll gets the first touch and gets to run it out over the line and does well there, Tony Carroll. Being a bit robust, as he will need to be, playing in the second row tonight. Anthony Farrell gets the ball out to Mark Calderwood. He tries to go around a few, but does well to get to ground. Good pressure early on from Huddersfield, and anyone that's seen him this season is Barry McDermott, looking really mean and ready to have a go at the Giants. Yes, certainly anyone who's seen the Giants this season says that they are playing quite good football out there, but they're just lacking confidence, lacking self-belief. And a club that's had two dismal seasons in Super League so far, and now on a 10-game losing run at the moment, you can understand why they are short of confidence. Justin Harris has the ball in hand and he puts a big boot downfield. Being chased by number 25, Ben Cooper, the Giants fullback. He has to take it about 4 metres out from his own line, runs upfield. Sunlight glaring in his eyes. Dave Wrench puts the tackle in. Leeds need to defend this set of 6. Anthony Farrell and Justin Harris in with the tackle. 22 out from the Giants line as Huddersfield trying to get some forward momentum. Big hit there from Dan Fleary, that's more like it. Referee took a second look at it before he gave the penalty and said there was a high shot there. I think that was against Darren Fleary rather than Barry McDermott. Yes, it was. Darren Fleary instructed by Steve Ganson to get them shots a little bit lower. Barry McDermott's taking a bit of a knock. Blowing a bit. To be in the lower back, he got that. And so Huddersfield will kick to touch through Martin Gleeson, kicking up towards the commentary box here in the south stand. Ball drops behind us and drops down. Yes, Harris do well to avoid it. He does. And so this is Paul Rowley, signed from the Blue Sox during the closed season, and will be looking to have a big impact as the Giants season goes along. That was Dale Lawton who brought it up first. Steve McNamara brings it back across. Of course, another sign in the off-season. This is 27. Brandon Costin. Rowley goes to the short side. Finds 13. David Aiken. He drives it up, but the ball's come loose. Has it come off a Leeds player? Will it be a new set of 6? No, it won't be. And so McNamara, ball in hand, gets the ball out wide. It's well tackled there by number 12, Richard Marshall. Good tackle there by Tony Carroll. Crunching tackle. They have the numbers here, Huddersfield. They can use them. This is 27 rather, Brandon Costin, and he's gone in for the opening try of the game after 2 minutes. And Leeds just open up there for Costin. The whole defence shifted out of his way, no communication there. And the Huddersfield Giants are taking a shock lead here at Headingley through Costin. Not happy about something, so Steve Ganson blows his whistle. Well, Steve McNamara, of course, a thorn in the side of Leeds in his Bradford days. Such a consistent goal kicker. I think even he would acknowledge he's been taken over by a even better person in Henry Ball, who doesn't seem to miss any, or missed one here last week at Headingley, but was pretty much faultless. But McNamara's fairly critical, as I'm sure we'll see from this conversion, and we do. He takes his time and gets it right and slots it right over the post. So that's a 6-0 lead to the Giants. About 3 minutes gone. And so, as is the Rhinos' custom, they let the opposition score first. Usually about a 10-0 lead. So there's one more try to come from the Giants if things are going to go to plan. I know it's something Darren Farrell won't want the team to happen. Get them out of this routine of having to concede before they can really get into opposition. the Giants, their tails will be up. They'll want to get into it. Good tackle there from Tony Cowell. Took the initial hit and then turned the player in the tackle. So coming across the field, the Giants. Barry McDermott and Darren Fleary in on the tackle. Rowley controlling things, gets it to Lawton. Lawton steps round Farrell, but Fleary's there to wrap him up. He's going to get the offload away, but it wasn't on. Of course, these two teams contested the Sunshine State Challenge out in the US in pre-season. We've got a bit of sunshine here tonight at Headingley, but it's hardly Alltel Stadium in Jacksonville. Thorman out to McNamara, it's bounced and Dave Wrench has collected it just on the halfway line. Good block in there by Robbie Mears, I think it was. This is Tony Cowell, bumps off the first tackle of David Lomax. He's eventually brought down just over the 40 metre. Good distribution by Mears, gets it to Darren Fleary, who dives to the ground. 32 out from the Giants line. Mears to the short side, gets to Robbie Burrow. Burrow out to Senior. Senior's bust through the tackle. Senior's going to race to the corner. Oh, well, good tackle there. But still Leeds push. Dave Wrench has the ball. He dummies, looks to go himself. Trying to get over, but he can't. This is Robbie Burrow. Burrow onto Harris. Harris has men outside him, puts a little jump kick through. Burrow gets the ball back to Harris. It's not signalled. It is now. It's another set of 6. He took his time to signal it, did Steve Ganson, and then he eventually did. Mark Caldwell got the initial tackle in, but he wasn't held, so... Well, that for mine was bad signalling there from Steve Ganson. He took an absolute age before making that decision, and by which time, literally as soon as he was making the decision, Yeston Harris had to kick because the defence was on top of him. Very poor communication from the referee to the attacking team. And how costly might that be for the Rhinos? They find themselves 6-0 down and don't need decisions like that going against them. Chev Walker in the tackle there. This is McNamara, looks to go through Fleary and Mears, but they have him well wrapped up. Barking out orders is Ben Gusto, gets the kick through. Mark Caldwell's underneath it. If he can get through the cover, we'll watch him go. We say it every week, and it hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to happen there either. But he's a very talented young man, and urging Leeds fans to keep the faith with Mark Caldwell. He will be a tremendous talent once he just gets out of this little rut he's in at the moment. Dave Wrench just dummies there to Darren Fleary, takes the tackle. Mears now onto Fleary again. Fleary has Rob Burrow outside him, but just drives it up himself over the 40 metre line. Robbie Mears takes himself from dummy half, but he's brought down by Marshall. Now this is Rob Burrow running through. He tries a little jobber kick. Still going Burrow. Still going Robbie Burrow. Gets the ball out to Barry McDermott. Barry McDermott's going to score underneath the posts. And Leeds are back in it. And Robbie Burrow is just a sensation. An absolute sensation. Goes through there. Got a little rubber kick through. The big men of the Giants trying to smash the little man of the Rhinos. But he was having none of it. He stumbled twice. Then got his eyes on the ball. Picked it up. Found big Barry McDermott. Support run from McDermott over in between the sticks, and the Rhinos are back in this game. Yeston Harris converts, and we're all tied up here at Headingley with 8 minutes gone. It's 6-all. And so, with Leeds' first real attack there, they've come up with a score, a big high kick into the sunlight, but Roy Mears keeps his eye on it, picks it up, gets the ball out to Anthony Farrell. He steps around the first challenge, still going Farrell, still going, and just did enough. McNamara was able to sweep up. Good tackle there initially by Martin Gleeson. This is Chev Walker up to the 30 metre line before he's pulled back. Mears gets to the Barry McDermott, onto Dave Wrench. He steps and comes back inside, gets the ball back to Robbie Mears, but it came out too fast for him and he couldn't control it. Slightly impetuous there from Wrench. So Dale Cardoza comes into centre field. He's on the 10-metre line before he's eventually brought down. Rowley gets the ball, gets it out to, coming inside to number 6, Chris Thorman. Chris Thorman can't get the ball back. Well chased back there though by Andrew Fruit, rated by some as the fastest in Super League. But Leeds are penalised for offside. And so I imagine McNamara will have a pop at sticks here, will he? Soon find out. This will be an indication of what the Giants are about. So he kicks the touch. Fair play. So I think I'm right in saying that's the first penalty of the, second penalty of the game. Both against Leeds. Picked up there. Good another tackle. Good tackle by Tony Carroll on Richard Marshall. He'll be sick of the sight of him by the end of this game. Rob Burrow needs to put this tackle in. He does. But did the momentum take him over there on number 29? Or 25, Ben Cooper. And he's made it over. Rob Burrow went to put the tackle in. The initial tackle stopped on the line, but momentum took him over. And Ben Cooper has got the Giants back into the lead. A very open affair here at Headingley so far. 3 tries in the opening 10 minutes. And again, worrying for Leeds the way the gap's opened up there. And all that coming from the pass from Wrench to Mears, putting pressure unnecessarily on themselves, Leeds, and that's got to be the watchword tonight. Keep composure, complete their set of 6, and they will beat this Giants side. I don't think anyone's got any doubt about that. Get frantic and start messing around with the ball, then problems may arise. The defence is strong enough to Leeds to pin them down here. It's when they get inside the 20 that they've been caught napping. They try to drive it again, out again, do Huddersfield. This is Dale Lawton over the 20-metre line, but he makes a good 8 extra yards before McDermott brings him down. McNamara feeds it out wide, but Burrow and Harris are there to bring down Dave Aitken. Rowley to the short side again. Looks to get the ball away, but well done, Chev Walker. Wrapped him up really well there. 2 England teammates there, Walker and Rowley. Ball's going to run dead, is it? Yes, Marcus St. Hilaire can let it drift back, so Leeds will get the ball on the 20-metre line. And a subdued atmosphere inside Headingley tonight, I think it's fair to say, after all the razzmatazz of last week, when the Bulls were the visitors. I'd hazard a guess of about 10,500 people in. This is Darren Freary, up to the 30-metre line. A bit of a mess around at the play of the ball, but gets away with it. Barry McDermott makes another couple of metres. No real great go forward though for Leeds. Maybe this man can do it. Tony Carroll, he's up over the 40-metre line. Leeds need to get something creative here from Yeston Harris's kick. Just running deep, good kick in between Thorman and Gleeson. And so they start the run on there. Oh, Chev Walker's been beaten there. Still running now. This is good running by Chris Thorman, going across centre field. Barry McDermott looks to have him lined up, does indeed, but gets the ball away there to Brendan Coston. Coston brought down by Mears. Well, that was laziness from Leeds there. They let Chris Thorman run at them, gave him time and space to react, and he went straight through Chev Walker, and Mark Calder was on his wing man. So just a slight worry there. The ease of which they were cut apart there, Leeds. And now Huddersfield have a good field position. Ball gets away there to Lawton. Lawton runs at Fleary, but he's brought down. 28, 25 out from the Leeds line. McNamara switches to play with a kick. Kicks over to the far side. St. Hilaire's underneath it. Can only knock it into touch though. But the Giants chasing game was offside, and so Leeds will get a penalty. 15 minutes gone, 10-6 the score to the Giants, a surprise lead for Huddersfield. But they've played well, Coston and Cooper with the tries. The reply from Leeds coming from Barry McDermott. Barry McDermott pushes through the first tackle, but the ball's popped out there. And they get the ball again, Huddersfield, and they're running through now with Cooper. Cooper's looking to make his way to the line, but Francis Cummings does well to pull him down. This is through, coming across field, gets the ball back inside to McNamara, on to Dale Cardoza. Cardoza wrapped up by Cummins, ball spilled out though, and a scrappy period of play now. Senior, still going upfield, Senior, beat Cardoza, it's a race to the line now. Senior needs to cut in from the touchline. He does well to do so, still going Senior. Cardoza tries to get him down. Dave Wrench is on hand, Dave Wrench has Mark Calderwood's outside him. Calderwood's collected with the ball by Brandon Costin. Chev Walker, a big high ball over the top of Rob Burrows. No chance the little man was going to get that. Yestin Harris coming back down the short side. Gets the ball out to Keith Senior. Keith Senior ducks under the high tackle of Cardoza. Dave Wrench spins out of the first tackle. Brought down, 25 out from the Giants line. This is better stuff from the Rhinos now. Burrow gets the ball out to Farrell. Farrell steps and stops and gets the ball back to Francis Cummins. Cummins looked to get the ball away to Walker, but it wasn't on. Did well to just wrap it up. Mears onto Farrell. Farrell has Fleary outside him, but just steps back into the tackle himself. He's tackled by Lawton eventually, along with McNamara. Now Mears misses out Fleary, finds Harris. Harris running at the line, finds Keith Senior. Keith Senior against his wingman, gets the ball out of Marcus St-Hilaire. St-Hilaire in the corner. It's disallowed there, is it? The touch judge isn't interested in that one, I don't think. Or is he? We'll soon find out. No, it's going to be a try for Leeds, I think. He says it with confidence, then puts a question mark on the end of it. Certainly the Leeds players don't look too confident, but they should be. They have a little more faith in Marcus St-Hilaire as he dashes over for a try in the corner. That brings up his total for the season to 6, including, of course, a hat-trick here at Headingley earlier on in the season. But Yestin Harris unable to convert that, so it stays at 10 apiece. South stand coming a bit more to life now, which will help the Rhinos gear them up. I think there's always I don't think complacency is the right word, but coming into a game a bit subdued when it's like this, it's easy to fire yourself up for the games against Bradford, Saints and Wigan and Castleford. But it's these games where championships are won, and making sure you make a point. Robbie Burrow as well to pick that up, gets the ball out to Dave Wrench. Dave Wrench drives it up before he's brought down there by Dave Aitken. Mears onto Tony Carroll. A couple of big tackles from Tony Carroll, but still no big runners yet. Mears onto McDermott, score of the first Leeds try. McDermott still going, well tackled there by Aitken and Rowley. Mears onto Fleary. Fleary has Burrow outside him, but just drives up himself as every good prop should. Look for the offload, wasn't on. Harris kicks through. Thorman chasing. It's going to just stop in dead. Mark Calderwood's got them there. Did he touch it? No, says the in-goal judge. Well, that was very, very close. Good chase there by Mark Calderwood. Tremendous stuff. Just wouldn't hold up enough for him there. But a tremendous chase from the wingman. He really is a potent weapon. Talk about kicking game, and it's not just about the man who puts the boot to ball. It's the chase as well, and Leeds have used that well this season to put pressure on. Perhaps Mark hasn't got the tries he deserves for his efforts so far, but Aitken's dropped that. He's dropped that, and it's a knock on. Well played, touch judge. He saw it and signalled straight away once Steve Ganson looked for assistance. Mistake there by Atkin. Watch Robbie Burrow here. I think he might just... Oh no, Wrench has picked up. I've seen Burrow. This is Chev Walker, comes through the centre field, but was well marshalled there by Chris Foreman, the former Gateshead Thunder player. Bad pass there from Mears, goes out to Cummins. Cummins up over to the 30-metre line. And he just needs to get a little bit more composure into the game. McDermott has Wrench outside him. McDermott just powers up himself though. Good go forward there from Leeds. Well picked one-handed by Mears. Mears onto Burrow. Darius Fleary steps back inside. Leeds are 12 metres out from the Giants line. Mears goes himself, looking to find a gap. Gets the ball out to Dave Wrench. Dave Wrench going to make it to the line. Has he made it? No. Mears does well. Gets it back to Tony Carroll. Tony Carroll pushes off the initial tackle. Still going Tony Carroll, but he's tackled with the ball. And so it'll be a turnover to the Giants. They'll look to run it out now. Atkin tries it up. Darren Fleary puts the tackle in. This is Cooper, scorer of the second try for the Giants, but he's picked up and dumped to the ground there by McDermott and Wrench. Dale Cardoza in centre field, well tackled there by Anthony Farrell. Rowley gets the ball out to Lawton. Lawton runs at Yestin Harris. Yestin Harris does well, along with Robbie Burrow and Daz Fleary to put the tackle in. Rowley going down the short side. Well done, Rob Burrow. Well done indeed. Timed it brilliantly to put the tackle in there, and then managed to roll Rowley round. Throwing the ball across field, looking to open up space. It's 7, Ben Gusto with the kick, but it's well wrapped up there by Anthony Farrell. Marcus St-Hilaire comes into centre field, looking for a gap. Chev Walker running across field, 30 metres in from touch. Bad passing from Mears tonight. Farrell gets the ball out to Harris. Back from Wrench, was it, to Harris initially. Harris pulled down. Leeds have lost about 5 metres on that run. Just too impatient, Leeds, at the moment, looking to do the fancy things rather than get the little things right first. Senior spins and goes. Leeds 45 out from the Giants line. Rob Burrow gets the kick in. It's a high one. It's right into the sunlight. Thorman's underneath it, lets it bounce. Mark Calder will catch it and put down. And as easy as you like. Just up to the touch judge now. Well done, Mark Calder. It's his first try at Headingley. His first try in Super League. Tremendous stuff for Calders. Well, we mentioned his chase from the last kick through. His chase from the bomb there from Burrow. The bomb from Burrow itself was absolutely sublime. Right into the setting sun here at Headingley. And Thorman was at 6s and 7s. Just to the right of the post. As Leeds make the first substitution. Darren Fleary coming off. Jamie Matthew coming on. And Yestin Harris, Julie slots over the goal. Tremendous for the Rhinos as they now extend the lead to 6 points and need to get back into their stride now. No doubt tonight's big match sponsor will have been more pleased than most to see Yestin get back to kicking ways. Tonight's big match sponsor is Reebok, Yestin's boot supplier. Robbie Mears as well there to pick that one up. Dave Wrench drives it up over the 20-metre line. Good running there from the loose forward. But then he's driven back. Yestin Harris complains to Steve Ganson. Tony Carroll steps back inside. He's well tackled there by Dave Atkin. McDermott over the 30-metre line. This is Jamie Matthew, his first touch since coming on. Tackled by Steve Malloy, of course, former Leeds player. Burrow kicks through, right down the centre of the field. Good chase on here from Walker and Caldwood. Managed to get it out from their own line though to the Giants. Carroll and Wrench get the tackle in there. Oh, mistake there. Cardoza trips up over his own man. Rowley onto Malloy. Malloy feeds the ball out, collected by number 27, Brandon Costin. Brought down by Yestin Harris. Got one across the face for his troubles. Good tackle there by Chev Walker, backing up the initial hit from Yestin Harris. McNamara puts the kick in. It's going down centre field. He's well outside of his 40 though, so there's no danger from there. Not that it's going anywhere near a touchline. Francis Cummings runs it back up, looking for the run from St-Hilaire. It wasn't there, so he just took it up himself. Senior pushes away from the first tackle. Still going Keith Senior. Really now driving upfield Keith Senior. Still going full back to beat. Still going Keith Senior. He really is back to his very best, if not better than his form he's ever shown before. This is Tony Carroll. Slowed up before exploding into pace there, before he's brought down. 22 out from the Giants line. Mears looks to go himself. He's beaten the cover. Robbie Mears will score. And he does duly do that. Good run there from Robbie Mears. Good run from Keith Senior to set it up. And Leeds are slipping into first gear. Slipping out of first gear into second gear. And cruising now in this game. Couple of quick tries. They can keep this form up. They'll need to keep this form up. That's what Darryl Powell will be asking for. Keep the pressure on these Giants and make them work for this. Or over 28 in round 10 last week. Courtesy of the Opta stats there. But this week he's got himself a try for his efforts, as Justin Harris slots over the conversions. And Leeds extend their lead to 12 points. So Leeds will get the ball back again now. Half an hour gone here at Headingley. Mears does well to pick up the kick-off, which he created by his try. Anthony Farrell drives it up to 15 out from his own line. Mears onto Wrench. Wrench tries to get around Atkin, but he's brought down. Mears onto McDermott. McDermott gets the ball out to Francis Cummins. Francis Cummins is the fullback to beat. Steps inside him, still going Francis Cummins. Onto Robbie Burrow. Burrow out to Harris. Harris running into the corner. Yestin Harris will score. And that is class from the Rhinos. Sheer class. The pass from McDermott onto Cummins. Cummins' run leaving the Giants defence bamboozled. The support play from Robbie Burrow, where on the shoulder of Francis Cummins to pass. Then the awareness to find Harris, and the run from Harris, always backing up, gets the ball and runs to the corner to score. Tremendous stuff from the Rhinos, absolute class. And Robbie Burrows, they head back towards that corner. Harris has this conversion from almost identically the same place as he slotted the last one over. And he does exactly the same. So 32 minutes gone. The Rhinos now in a commanding lead. And those early Huddersfield tries seem a distant memory, but memories can always come flooding back if you take your eye off the game. And certainly this Giants side have got plenty enough talent in their ranks to bring a couple of more scores about if they're offered them. Dave Wrench drives up to the 20-metre line. Mears onto Carroll. Carroll yet really to bust the Giants line. Had a tremendous game against St Helens here a couple of weeks ago. Jay Matthew looked to get the ball away, couldn't though. And so Leeds stacking up on the right hand side now. McDermott changes his angle of run. Malloy's there to put the tackle in, along with Richard Marshall. Harris running straight out the line of defence. Dave Wrench flicks it on to Keith Senior. Keith Senior steps back inside. Still going Keith Senior. On to Robbie Burrow. Burrow, it's a chase to the line. Oh, he's just brought down 5 metres short. It's the last tackle for Leeds. Tony Carroll onto Jay Matthew, onto Keith Senior to score, and it's as easy as that for the Rhinos. The Giants hit 6s, 7s, 12s, 14s, 24s to 28s. They're all over the place. So Keith Senior on hand there, but credit the run from Rob Burrow. Came right through there, just caught 5 metres short. And the little man's having a tremendous game tonight, really has. 32-10 it is now to the Rhinos. 34 minutes gone. Justin Harris has this kick to extend that lead. And he duly does that. 34-10 to the Rhinos. So the Giants working on a short kick-off here, I think. Thorman's just gone across to... no, he's kicked it long. I don't know what Thorman was playing out there. He just ran right round the kicker for some apparent reason. I don't quite know what that was for. Maybe he just had a bit of cramp, needed to run it off, I don't know. So Calderwood going across the face of the fence, looking for a gap. If he finds one, he'll go. He's still going, Mark Calderwood. He's gone round the wing up, but he just caught him by the collars. The tackle seems to be made, and it was indeed, and so Steve Ganson gives the penalty, and Leeds kick to touch. It's a big touch finder from Justin Harris. Good run in there from Mark Calderwood. Saw the touchline beckoning, so dived to the ground, and the only way the Giants could stop him was by penalising him. Francis Cummins, tackle well there by 2060 McNamara. Rob Burrow finds Anthony Farrell. Farrell has to stop and tries to go around Rowley, then on to Chev Walker, but he's well wrapped up on the halfway line. Leeds have gone backwards in the first two tackles this set. Jamie Matthews got the ball now. Dummies to Rob Burrow, then gets tackled. Mears on to Harris. Harris has runners outside, and one of those is Dave Wrench, but juggled the ball and knocked it on, and so the Giants get the ball back. They're running upfield. Rob Burrow and Dave Wrench in with the tackle. Cardoza looks to go around Wrench, but he did well there, the loose forward, to adjust and get the tackle in. This is Mick Slicker, 28, substitute for the Giants, takes the ball up. New signing. Now find the ball out wide to Thorman. Thorman tries to go around Walker, then gets the ball back to Gleeson. Gleeson gets the ball onto Ben Custo, but he's well wrapped up there by Barry McDermott. Working well, the backs on this side for the Giants. Steve Malloy powers through the first tackle of Harris, but Farrell's there. Giants were looking to get at least one score back before half-time. McNamara pushes off the first tackle of McDermott and then gets away in the second effort, but Farrell was there to put the tackle in. Rowley goes to the corner, kick through. Well caught there by Mark Calderwood. Calderwood inside of Francis Cummins. Francis Cummins steps round Paul Rowley. Still going Francis Cummins. In tremendous form at the moment, and certainly has to be a first choice for the Yorkshire side in the Origin game coming up on the 5th of June. He's been absolute sensational form at fullback for the Rhinos this season. So much so that Brett Mullins knows he'll have a fight in his hands when he's back to full fitness. Back on the bench after 6 weeks out tonight. But inside ball to Tony Carroll, comes off Carroll's fingers though, and so he's not allowed to continue this move, and Leeds just losing it a little now, losing the concentration. They've got a big lead, 24 points, but they can't afford to let the Giants back in. And Rowley gets the ball inside to Marshall, back to Rowley. Rowley looks to go around Wrench and then under Senior, gets the ball back inside to Cardoza. He's coming through centre field. Keith Senior puts the tackle in. Old teammates of course at the Eagles. Rowley going himself from dummy half, he's going to make it. Looks to be held up by Francis Cummins, but got the ball down first. Running McDermott was there as well, but couldn't complete the tackle. J.A. Matthew left in the wake also. And as we mentioned, the Giants can always come back at you. They do have very quick players they make up for in lack of confidence, or perhaps perceived lack of ability. They do make up in speed and pace, and they have caught Leeds napping there. No one more so than Paul Rowley, who was tipped a couple of seasons back to be the hooker for St Helens. They were keen to bring him over there, desperate to bring him over there. McNamara taking an age again with the kick, even though it's right in front of the sticks. So 34-16 it is. Steve McNamara converts it in the last minute of the half. So Easton Harris will get the game back underway. And Leeds will want to get another score, just to regain their extended lead. Steve Malloy can charge it with his shins. Drives it up over the 20-metre line, where he's brought down by Walker. This is Slick up, drives it up, former Halifax player. Jamie Matthew in on the tackle. Steve Ganson allowing them to have a mess around the play of the ball. Very scrappy this game so far. Tony Carroll in on the tackle. And Marshall. This is McNamara going to the short side, gets the ball back inside there for Custo. Custo out wide, but Easton Harris does well. Thorman to the short side. This is Andrew through. He's well tackled there by Chev Walker. And that's the half-time hooter. So 34-16 it is to Rhinos. The Giants taking an early lead. Leeds coming back through McDermott. And then Cooper extending the lead for the Giants. But Rhinos have shot back into the lead with some tremendous stuff. Tries from St Hilaire, Calderwood, Senior amongst others. Leaves a half-time score of 34-16. Just the one change for the Rhinos in the second half. Andy Hayes come off the bench. Just looking to see who's replaced. I think he's replaced Chev Walker. So Tony Carroll can go back out into the centres. See if Leeds can get a little bit more joy out there. He has indeed replaced Chev Walker. And so the Giants get the ball out to Malloy. Malloy runs out Andy Hayes, first real impact of the game. Into this second half. A very clear evening here at Headingley. A little bit chilly in the air now. So we haven't had any rain this evening, which is always a bonus. Clear skies. Hardly a cloud in the air. So this is Custo, drives it up. No real wind to speak of, so Leeds have got ideal conditions. Pitch is looking excellent. Fair play to the groundsman, Jason Booth, doing a good job with his staff. Marcus St Hilaire comes into centre field, drives it up, well tackled there. Mess of a play of the ball, but did get it back eventually. Francis Cummins get the ball to Mark Calderwood. He's cutting across, looking for some space, but he's caught by the collars by number 27, Brandon Coston. Inside ball to Andy Hay. He's up over the 30-metre line, but met by a reception committee of 3. Robbie Mears in at dummy half. Goes himself, has Wrench outside and gets the ball to him now. Wrench pushes off the first tackle of Malloy, but can't get past Steve McNamara. Mears on to Matthew. Matthew inside, dummies the inside ball, but didn't give it. And so it's the last tackle for Leeds on the halfway line. Ball will go to Easton Harris. Barrett Dermott's blocking. Easton Harris still going across the field, gets the ball out to Mark Calderwood. It's gone backward though. Calderwood gets the boot to it. Then he's knocked it on. Then the Giants get it themselves. A real hash of a last tackle there from the Rhinos. This is Thorman. Takes up over the 30-metre line. This is what Leeds can do without putting pressure on themselves. Backline looked offside there on the referee's blind side, but didn't spot it. As it was, the ball never came out that direction. Ball goes out wide to Marshall. Marshall well wrapped up there by Dave Wrench and Andy Hay. Rowley finds McNamara. Inside ball there to Slicker. Slicker's over the 10, but brought down well by Andy Hay. Had plenty of involvement since coming on anyway. This is Custo. Gets the ball back inside of Marshall. Marshall to Rowley. Rowley running round, chasing himself. Can't get the ball away. Does now eventually. No tackle really made. Kick foot through. Mark Calderwood has it. If he gets away from this first tackle, he can't. He falls to the ground. Pulled down 8 metres out from his own line. Tony Carroll tries to get the short side. Still going Tony Carroll. Eventually brought down. Makes Nearly 10 metres on the run though. Calderwood takes the ball himself, coming across the field, steps and looks to go himself. Still going Mark Calderwood, but he's caught by the shorts and pulled down. Lee's just making the hard yards now. That's what this man does now, Jamie Matthew. Makes another 6 metres before he's brought down. Andy Hay. Dummies himself, still going Andy Hay. Andy Hay is Francis Cummins on one side. Inside ball to Francis Cummins. Francis Cummins run to the line. Well, tremendous play there by Francis Cummins because he was going down the right hand side. He switched play completely to come round the back. And it was any one of 4, perm 1 from a 4. You're going to get the same answer. 4 tries, 4 points rather, try for the Rhinos, and it's Francis Cummins that gets it. And the Giants' defence are absolutely furious at themselves. There's fingers being pointed. Ben Custome was the main leader of that, absolutely handing out a real tirade to his teammates, Steve Malloy in particular. And I would estimate between 80 and 90 Huddersfield supporters who've made the trip down the M62 are now moved around the stadium to behind the post at the other end. So now Gusto will get the game back underway, and 10 looks like it's going to become Marcus St-Hilaire as well to take that ball second time. As I was saying there, 10 looks like becoming 11 straight defeats for the Giants. Marcus St-Hilaire cuts back in through, but well tackled there, good chasing there by Slicker. He missed the initial tackle, but then was there to make the second one. Francis Cummins slipped as he took that ball up. This is McDermott, runs at Rowley, pushes him off. Looks to get the ball away if he can do. Still going McDermott, still going. Malloy did well to get the tackle in. Kept on him. This is Robbie Mears. Still going. Ball came out there. There was a knee in there from the Giants to force the ball out. There wasn't a hand in there though. Good lesson to kids there. Make sure you got 2 hands on the ball. David Atkin takes it up to the halfway line. 40 points to 16, the Rhinos lead. Looking alright for me. I was telling people today it'd be 54-16. But if Leeds give away penalties like that, they put pressure on themselves. So Custo will take this kick himself. Gets a good bit of yardage on it. Did well there. Put pressure on the Leeds this will. The ball 15 metres out from the Leeds line. Custo now gets it. Has Slicker outside him. Slicker's tackled well there by Matthew and Mears. Custo on to McNamara. He stops and changes direction. Gets the ball inside there to Cooper. Cooper brought down by Matthew and Mears again, who are marshalling that middle area well in this second half. Rowley gets the ball out wide. This is a good run here from 27, Brandon Costin, and he's got his second try there. Sloppy play there. Anthony Fowler and Francis Cummins were both on hand, but couldn't put him down before the line. He just stretched out a hand and got the try. So Brett Mullins coming on in the background there. His first appearance for 6 weeks. Just slipping on unnoticed. Mark Calderwood comes off. And Brett Mullins makes an appearance. Well, he's been impressive in all the games he's played for the Rhinos so far. He's limped out of 2 of them with injuries, Castleford and the Hull game here, but when he's been on, been very impressive, as you'd imagine, for one of the greatest players to come out of Australia. And Brett is no more anxious than anyone else, any member of the South Stand or any of the fans of the Rhinos to impress. He wants to get out there on the field. It's a knock on and he gets his first touch straight away. This is Mullins cutting back in field, still running upfield up to the 20 metre line. Farrell in at dummy half, finds Barry McDermott. McDermott over the 20 metre line before he's brought down. Still going McDermott. That's the mark of the man. The legs keep pumping. He makes an extra 5 metres every time he runs. Never accepts anyone putting him down. Mears onto Harris. Harris has Matthew outside but finds Andy Hay. Andy Hay onto Dave Wrench, but Wrench was well marshalled there by Cardoza on the 10-metre line. This is Matthew onto Senior. Senior had to stop to take the pass. Still going, Keith Senior did well to pull himself down. Centre layer at dummy half, comes across, finds Rob Burrow. Burrow onto Andy Hay. Andy Hay steps and comes back inside himself. 5 metres short from the Giants line. Mears onto Burrow. Burrow to Harris. Harris running at the line. Looks for the gap to open up himself. Anthony Farrell knocks it backwards, but it had gone forward initially. Short pass onto him was too fierce and he couldn't keep hold of it. And we had a couple of tries already in this first half. We're not even 10 minutes in. Just coming up to the 50-minute mark now. So this is Cardoza. Yes. 25 out from his own line. Good running there from the former Sheffield Eagle. This is Cooper. Try and score it in the first half for the Giants. Good tackle there from centre layer and Wrench. Tremendous. Good talking as well. You could hear them call out who was going to take the ball up. Oh, that's a farce from Steve Ganson. He's penalised Leeds for laying on. Huddersfield have been doing it all night, and I do hope this isn't going to signal an evening up from the referee. I don't mind if the referee, if that's something he's not going to concentrate the laying on, then so be it. It's the same for both teams, but to start penalising Leeds for it, not that he even thought he was laying on that much, given the context of the game. The players take their lead from the referee, and if the lead isn't there, then they'll make their own judgments. Inside ball there to 18, Chris Molyneux. This is Rowley, goes himself from dummy half, gets the ball out wide to Richard Marshall. Dave Wrench as well to put the tackle in. Rowley goes to the left hand side, gets the inside ball there to Slicker. Slicker powering his way to the line, he's going to make it as well. Robbie Mears was left all on his own. He couldn't hold the big man up, and he's gone over for a score. And suddenly Huddersfield have got their tails up, and they put a bit of pressure on Leeds. But Justin Harris is just questioning Steve Ganson's penalising there for the laying on. That's where it's all come from. So McNamara has the conversion to come. Pretty much in front of the post. A little purple spell for the Giants at the moment. And so McNamara adds the conversion. Wrenching with it, well with a tackle there, drives Marshall back. This is Custo, inside ball there to Slicker, the try scorer, or the latest try scorer rather for the Giants. He's tackled well there by Farrell and McDermott, and the Giants look to spread the play in through the middle there. That's Molyneux. This is Frews coming from his wing, looking for a bit of action. He won't get it there from Tony Carroll, who turns him on his back. Leeds penalised again for laying on there. Tony Carroll this time. And so Steve Ganson has obviously picked his pet rule for the second half. And it's the ones that go against Leeds. A little harsh that, but it just disappointing for the game. If it's not something he's going to concentrate on in the first half, he can't just change his style there and then in the second half. It's not fair on the players. Rowley fires the ball out wide. It's going to be a try for the Giants. It will be Dale Cardozo, I think it was, who dived over in the corner. No, on the other wing. Might have been Costin, just over on the far touchline side. Martin Gleeson, it was the number 3 for the Giants. Apologies for not spotting that one there. Diving over the corner, but yet again comes from the penalty awarded for laying on by Steve Ganson. And suddenly we've got a very interesting game on our hands. This conversion will bring it back to within 1 converted try and tying the game up at 40 all, which even 5 minutes ago looked an impossibility. McNamara gets this, and he does. That's a very real possibility now. And Huddersfield, who many people were saying started well but couldn't hold on, are giving Leeds a runaround now. They put all the pressure on. Leeds need to get this ball back and run at the Giants. Yesterday Harris puts a high one in the middle of the field. They let it bounce, the Giants. Dangerous play, but get away with it. This is Chris Molyneux up to the 20-metre line. Leeds need a clean set of 6 here, no penalties. Chris Storman runs across field, isn't tackled by Yestin Harris. Ball comes back inside. Harris is there for the second effort, but it's Tony Carroll that has to mop it up. 35 out from the Giants line. Inside ball to Slicker. He's tackled well by McDermott and Farrell, but gets the ball away. This is Cooper. Cooper running upfield, still going. Well tackled there by Rob Burrow. Stood his ground well. But the Giants have a roll on. Still going. Slip there. Ball goes out wide now. This is McNamara. Fires it out wide. Comes out to number 3, Martin Gleeson. Gleeson coming across field. Well tackled there by Dave Wrench. Wrench in with a tackle. Little grubber kick through. Marcus St Hilaire's there. So is Francis Cummins. Leeds can let it run dead. But things are getting a little bit jittery there for the Rhinos. Need another score to settle themselves. Barry McDermott gives them plenty of go forward. Robbie Mears. It's the ball to Jay Matthew. Jay Matthew damage to Andy Hay and then is brought down by Rowley. Mears. Looks to go himself. Ducking under the gun. He's well tackled there. Burrow to Harris. Harris out wide to Tony Cow. Tony Cow pushes off his opposite number. Still going Tony Cow. Still going the big centre. He's up to the halfway line. Where he's eventually brought down. Brett Mullins gets the ball to Yestin Harris. Harris coming across field. Big looping pass out to Andy Hay. Andy Hay steps off the first one. Still going Andy Hay. Gets the ball inside of Rob Burrow. Changes angle of direction straight away. Gets the ball out to Keith Sear. Keith Sear running to the line. Fru's chasing him. Gets the ball back inside. Marcus St Hilaire dives the line. And it's a no try because Steve Ganson says it was a forward pass along with his touch judge. Well, it would have been a great try for the Rhinos. Scintillating stuff. But it wasn't to be. Darren Fleary back on for the Rhinos, replacing Barry McDermott. Replacement also for the Giants as Dale Lawton comes back on for Richard Marshall. Custo feeds the scrum. Gets the ball out to Dale Cardozo, who's well tackled eventually by the Rhinos. Yestin Harris and Dave Wrench on the tackle. This is Dale Lawton just back on. He drives it up, it's brought down, 22 out from his own line. Rowley gets the ball out to Chris Storman, and it's thrown out wide there to Martin Gleeson, who's brought down 38. Jay Matthew in with the tackle, along with Darren Fleary. Good tackle there from Iestyn Harris, I think it was, who got the initial shot in. He did well there, stopped the momentum. So it's the last tackle here from the Giants. It's gone into centre field. Francis Cummins underneath it, does well to take it. Runs away from the initial first cover. Still going, Francis Cummins is well wrapped up there by number 11, David Lomax. Keith Senior running down the short side, pushes on the first tackle. It's a foot race, Senior's away. He has Marcus Centelaire outside him. Frew's chasing him. Out to Centelaire cuts back inside Frew. Centelaire turns in this way and that, and then scores the try. And the Rhinos can breathe a little bit more easier. Well, Junior made hard work of that, turned him inside and out about 3 or 4 times. But they're back in charge of this game. Credit the runner Keith Senior, tremendous stuff. Frew did brilliantly to chase back, never gave in, chasing him all the way. And he got the ball out to Marcus Centelaire, and a little bit of work to do, turning this way and that. But he got the score, and the Rhinos lead by 10 points again. So Iestyn Harris has the conversion to come, just on the 20-metre line, to the left of the posts, as we look down. We're on the hour mark, so plenty of time still to play, as Harris converts the kick, and just what Huddersfield didn't need. They really were getting their towers up. Leeds got a score back, and Iestyn Harris kicks the touch, just finds that touch on the 30-metre line. Robbie Mears has the ball, gets it to Rob Burrow, Burrow out to Matthew, Matthew steps back inside. Mears onto Burrow, Burrow to Harris, Harris inside ball to Anthony Farrell, Farrell drives it up to the 20-metre line, still going Farrell, still going, powers his way on. And the penalty to Leeds, and the South Stand cheer. Iestyn Harris just makes sure he's going to go for sticks. He's getting a little bit nervous. 12 points is the difference. This will make it beyond any doubt. They can relax and start throwing the ball around. So Harris takes his time. Looks up to the sticks and slots it right between the uprights. 48 points to 34. The Rhinos now lead. Daz Fleary still giving Iestyn some. I don't know what he wants him to do, or what he's expecting of him. Obviously very important. Daz isn't a man to raise his voice without reason. Rob Burrow onto Andy Hay, does well to take it there, to take it off a step. Burrow, it's the ball to Daz Fleary. Fleary dummies to Wrench and tries it up himself. Mears now at dummy half. Finds Jamie Matthew. Farrell inside to Tony Carroll. Tony Carroll up to the 40-metre line. Mears onto Harris. Harris looking for the 40-20, but it's nowhere near the touchline. It bounced on the 20-metre line. Frew picks it up. He's to go himself. Then gets the ball out wide to Ben Cooper. Cooper runs straight at his own man there, straight into the backside of his own player there, but the nearest Leeds player was about 5-6 metres away. Tackle on Gleeson there on the 30-metre line. This is Thorman, cuts across field. Darren Fleary dives out the line to get the tackle in, misses it. So does Jane Matthew. Justin Harris got out of his shirt tails but couldn't do enough with it. Brandon Costin brought down there. This is Dale Lawton up to the halfway line before he's tackled by Andy Hay, and Dave Wrench completes. Rowley goes to the short side. Ball out wide now, looking to get the ball away but could David Lomax. Custo cooks to the corner. Brett Mullins underneath it, steps and goes himself. His steps that good, he sells Tony Carroll it. And Tony Carroll slips over. It's a penalty to Leeds, the ball was reefed out anyway. Justin Harris kicks to the touchline. And Leeds get the ball on the 40. Good 30 metres made there by Justin Harris's kick. And Leeds will be anxious to get another score here to take it over the 50 mark. Jay Matthew takes the tackle and drops to his knees. Mears onto Fleary. Fleary running hard and direct straight up the field. He's 22 out. Justin Harris steps and goes himself. Still going, Justin Harris gets the ball back to Rob Burrow. It looked like he was held there before he took the ball. Steve Ganson's having none of it though. Certainly looked like he was tackled there before the ball came to him. Burrow puts the tackle in on Paul Rowley twice there. Big effort from the little man. Dale Lawton drops the ball. Darren Fleary's first to react. There's a knock on there. Take the first knock on. That one was by Dale Lawton, and so Leeds should get the ball here. And they do indeed. So you see what Leeds do here. And that's 11,579 inside Henley tonight. And I think it's safe to say that 11,500 of those are Rhinos fans. And we'll give the 79 to the Huddersfield. Justin Harris takes the quick tap, gets it to Anthony Farrell. Farrell inside ball there to Brett Mullins. Changes direction 3 times there, Mullins, as he came across the field. Eventually straightens up and is brought down on the 20 metre line. Mears onto Darren Fleary. He drives it straight at Dale Lawton before he's brought down 12 metres out. Robbie Mears at dummy half. Misses out Justin Harris, find Rob Burrow. Rob Burrow inside ball to David Wrench. Wrench is brought down. Mears onto Harris. Harris running at the line. Inside ball to Jay Matthew. Jay Matthew dummies twice and he's brought down on the 10. Leeds still have tackles spare. Need to keep their heads here. This is Rob Burrow out to Harris. Harris still has Burrow inside him. Inside ball to Farrell. Farrell steps and goes himself. Farrell's going to make it to the line himself. He does indeed. And the Rhinos have got another score through Anthony Farrell, former Huddersfield player all them years ago, a Huddersfield lad, and gets a try against the town he lives in. Fazzy's 4th try of the season and brings the Rhinos over the 50-point mark for the game. So Custo gets the game back underway. Well through there. No, it wasn't looked like it initially by Rob Burrow, but was clever enough just to push the ball backwards so that Marcus St Hilaire could collect it. And in turn is collected by Frew and Cardoza. Up to the 10 metre line now, Leeds. Ray McDermott steps and charges up. Rowley's there with the tackle though. This is Dave Wrench. Runs at the tackle made by David Lomax. Mears onto Jay Matthew. Jay Matthew, Justin Harris outside him, but gets the ball back to Anthony Farrell. The ball's dropped off there. Pearson was quick. Gleeson was quickest to pick it up. And a knock on there by Steve McNamara. Means that Leeds will get the ball back. Anthony Farrell coming off. Kevin Sinfield comes on for 10 minutes work. So Dave Wrench moves into the second row. Let's Kevin Sinfield have a go. It's loose forward. Tony Cowles busts through one tackle. Well, it will be a shame if Tony finishes the game without a try. He loves scoring here at Headingley, as he's shown so far this season. Andy Hay brushes off the first tackle, but is well met there by Marshall. Or rather Dale Lawton. Mears onto McDermott. McDermott pushes off the first tackle. Still going Barry McDermott. As players out, still going McDermott. Surely not a 60-metre dash from Barry McDermott. No, you're right, it isn't. Rob Burrow up to the 40-metre line, gets the ball out to Sinfield. Sinfield onto Harris. Harris has Carroll outside him. He gets the ball now. Still going. Tony Carroll pushes off the first tackle, but was caught by the shirt collars by McNamara. Mears goes to the short side with Sinfield. He kicks through. Chases on from Brett Mullins, but it's bounced into touch, and so the Giants will get head and feed 12 metres out from their own line. 8 minutes remaining here at Headingley. Harris in with the tackle. And with Kevin Sinfield. An absolute fast for playing the ball there from Chris Thorman. Very good player, Chris Thorman. I think had 1 or 2 games up at Gateshead. Was one of their up and coming local lads. Didn't really have a chance to shine there before they were moving down to the Humber. This is Kevin Sinfield, gets the ball out wide of Francis Cummings, then on to Tony Carroll. Tony Carroll is going to make his way to the line, but it wasn't on. Rob Burrow goes to the short side again with Sinfield. Sinfield out to Brett Mullins, but Brett Mullins is caught in touch as he tried to spin for the line. It was an eager pass, trying to give it out to him there. And it's been one of those nights for Leeds. I mean, they've racked up 52 points, but it's the conceding of the 34 that will concern Darryl Powell more. And they've just trying to force the ball at times, and they haven't needed to, and just passing through hands rather than looking for gaps. But having said that, there's been some sensational tries tonight. Some great rugby league from the Rhinos. Cardoza tries up over the 20-metre line. The Giants will be looking to give Leeds one last scare, but Frew will have to do better than that if he's going to get it. This is Dale Lawton, runs straight at Kevin Sinfield, who pulls him down along with Robbie Mears. Rowley goes to the short side with Custo, inside ball there, but Rob Burrow does incredibly well to put the tackle in. He gets the ball away though to Slicker. Slicker's brought down 35 out from his own line, but Brett Mullins steals the ball from him. Sinfield fires it out wide to Dave Wrench. Wrench just carts it up. He's 33 out from his own line. Lee's looking tired. Keith Senior comes back inside, but it'll be the Giants lads who'll be feeling it now. 52 points against them, 11 straight defeats. Mears ducks and goes himself, still going Robbie Mears. Brought down by Lawton. Last tackle it is now for the Rhinos. Justin Harris kicks through. Marcus St-Hilaire's chasing. Still going Marcus St-Hilaire, still going. He's brought down by Frew in back play. But the touch judge doesn't think so. Neither does Steve Ganson. And Leeds get no favours there. Well, Marcus St-Hilaire kicked across Frew deliberately, and it certainly looked like Frew took him down from this angle. As it is, it's fairly academic. Ball's popped out. Steve Ganson wasn't even looking then. He was looking along the line to make sure Leeds were onside. I was looking straight at him there. Didn't even see that. Touch judge signalled to him. And that's why the decision was gave. Rowley. It's the one on to Costo, then inside to Lawton. Lawton over the halfway line before he's brought down by Leeds' two props, Matthew and McDermott. Costo inside ball. There's certainly been no lack of effort from the Huddersfield side tonight. Just lacked a little bit of quality at crucial times. Inside ball. Gets the ball back here. This is Costo. Costo's going to score underneath the post. Well, that was a try of real quality there. And well worked there by Ben Cooper, who's probably been, for me, been the man of the match for the Giants tonight. Really has chimed in well from fullback. He's got himself 2 tries and he's set up. And Francis Cummins is the judge, man of the match on the night here at Headingley. He's certainly has played well in the fullback role. Support play has been crucial at vital times. And I don't think the M62 will be chock up because of the Huddersfield fans going home. 2 extra minibuses won't really affect the flow of traffic as McNamara converts the penalty. Well, they say it's one of the great sleeping giants of the game, Huddersfield, but whatever the magic ingredient is, someone needs to find it at McAlpine Stadium. They've probably got one of the finest grounds in the world of rugby league, but they just can't get it right on the park. 11 straight defeats at the start of this Super League. A new hope, a new optimism at the start of the season with the importing of Tony Smith, but the same old story. They just can't get the wins together. That bounces off the knees of Francis Cummins just after he's got the man of the match award. He probably makes his worst mistake of the night, and Custo comes back inside. Ball's gone back. Rowley gets a hand to it, but it has gone backwards. Frew has it. He's running down the touchline side. Rob Burrow does well there. Tremendous stuff from Rob Burrow there. He wasn't kidded by the run of Frew. But this is Custo, gets the ball inside to Thorman. Thorman straightens up, still going. Jay Matthews chasing but missed him. Ball goes outside to number 11, David Lomax, and he's scored. And with a couple of minutes remaining, it's getting a bit jittery for the Rhinos. If this is converted by McNamara, the Giants are back within 1 score. I think the team that wins this game is the one that wants it the most. They just keep handing it to each other, well, the Rhinos in particular. McNamara kicks this, it's 52-46, and we're back to within a converted try of tying this game up for the Giants. Well, if you said that Leeds were going to win this game by just a score, you'd have been very surprised. If you said that just a score would come at 52-46, you'd be absolutely flabbergasted. But that's where we are at the moment, and there's no certainty they're actually going to go on and win this game, because at the moment they've just fallen asleep completely. Just stopped tackling the Giants, and they've rattled up a couple of quick scores and are now within an ace of drawing this game. A game they've never been in since they scored in the 3rd minute. They've never really looked like having the conviction to win this game, but they could get themselves a draw out of in the last second if Leeds don't suddenly start putting some tackles in. Now this is coming off here. A little kick through there. He's going to be fielded by Marcus Centelaire. It is eventually. Good kick there for Brandon Costin, and Leeds win it by 6 points, 52-46. An unbelievable night of rugby league, and no one's going to be happy with that. The 2 points are on the board, but it's a very strange game. Plenty of tries, some strange decisions by Steve Ganson, but the points have been recorded on the board.